Today we're flying the DJI Phantom 3 Advanced. Just picked this up a few days ago. Be my first drone. But I've been flying radio control helicopters for now, I don't know, 35 years. So, if you can fly these in different modes. I fly in mode 2, which I think most helicopter pilots in the United States fly probably mode 2. Put your throttle and your rudder on the left and your elevator aileron on the right, and with the left stick also being collective, so to speak. Up is up and down is down. Difference being helicopters generally are set with 3 degrees negative pitch at the bottom stick, and I don't know, somewhere between probably 7 and 9 on the top. So you bring your stick up from the bottom, but nowadays the pilots, experienced 3D pilots, set theirs up like the drone with 0 at mid stick. So basically you can get positive pitch in both directions when you're upside down or right side up. But the point I was kind of getting at is that having that experience has made it really easy for me to transition into drones. They fly pretty much the same. So another difference is between the helicopters and drones. Well, I'll back up here a little bit. Nowadays, you can buy helicopters that have gyro sensors that control all axis like drones. Drones, basically, you can raise it up off the ground and take your hands off the sticks and it'll stay because GPS tells it to stay in that spot at that altitude. So, makes it really easy, which is, a great platform for shooting video. You can set it at any altitude and then just rotate, change the pitch of the camera lens, like this. I just dropped it down a little bit. I love it. Here we are. I think the oldest video I've seen about the DJI Phantom is about 13 years old, I think, when they first came out with it, with the standard model. But I did a little bit of studying, and this one does half 4K. It's 2.7K. This is only 1080p, which is really good. I'm surprised at how good it is. This is 1920 by, I think, 768 or something like that, at 2K. But it's 60 frames per second, so looks really good. I'm impressed. This is my first experience with a drone, so I got to tell you, from my perspective, I paid $250 for this thing. That's what it's got. I can't believe how easy it is to fly, and it's a little bit windy today. Now it'll make it drift just a teeny bit, but the helicopter will compensate, or the drone. I'm sorry. I guess again here what I'm trying to say is it's a cheap way to get into it and get a really good image. I'm using it with my Android cell phone. It's an S25, I think. The control features, the programmability of it it's amazing. All that you could do. I'm just anxious to really crack it open and see just how far you can go. Now, This video is shot on a sunny day, obviously, and I left the filter that comes on it today. Yesterday I had it off and it looked kind of washed out. It was similar brightness, but this is at least a 10-year-old quad with really great video capability just for making quick videos of, like your property, just like this. And, something you can show somebody that maybe lives across the country that otherwise doesn't get the chance to come see your place, you know. Um, but pretty amazing. Yeah. How low can you go? Just low enough. Controllability. Wow. Now, one thing I noticed is the helicopter or the drone does vibrate a little bit. So, the gimbal quality for the age of it is pretty amazing too, in the way that it's mounted to the quad. I don't see any vibration. Yeah. Came with 2 batteries, which were good. Can't believe it. Today when I started off, I think it had dropped itself to 96%. I'm thinking the guy that I bought it from probably had bought the 2-pack of batteries for it, because I just can't imagine them being still good if it was, like you say, 10 years old. Unless you use them, these lithium polymer batteries just don't last. They'll die. Unless they're treated right, but that, I guess I would say, is one thing that I'm not sure about with this particular setup. Wow, that's interesting. It's supposed to be an intelligent battery, and I know that it discharges itself after 24 hours to 96%, and then I think if you wait more than a couple of days, it goes down to 50%, which I'm not sure. Generally speaking, with lipos, they need to be 3.7 to 3.9 volts minimum when they're discharged. I don't know. Hard to say. I would imagine that manufacturers would make it so that it kills their own batteries and you have to buy new ones. Anyway, that was my first experiment with taking the helicopter into an area where I couldn't see it, but only on the screen. And that takes a little bit of getting used to, that's for sure. What they call it, third person, I think. So obviously the auto balance is, it works. It's not great. I'll have to look into that. I saw another guy say something about the white balance. But then I guess I wouldn't expect it to be great at the age. Pretty good for the time, that's for sure. Okay, so this is my first time taking it up fairly high. I didn't look to see exactly how high I took it. I'm guessing, I don't know, what would that be? Over 100 foot, I'd think. Maybe right at. I don't know. I'll have to look next time I do that. That Morton building we had built about 3 years ago, and then we added the lean-to on it a year later. There's my wife out in the yard there. She's working plants today. She wanted me to till up some areas, but the ground's too wet, so she's not giving up, though. It is getting close to the 15th. I'm going to have to be getting a garden in. Plant a few tomatoes and peppers and a few things. I managed to get the gardens tilled up this year early. Found some information last year that said that you needed to till real early and then maybe come back and till again if any weeds start growing. Till again before you plant. Probably going to do that anyway. Just a light till. See, I'm coming in nose in there, which, doesn't really, it's, with a helicopter, you got to manage your roll all the time. With the drone, it'll manage it. So, if you're just pushing forward, the drone goes forward. So, you don't have to worry about that. So it makes it real easy. I can see, though, people get confused if they don't have experience. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.